Hi everybody, welcome to Core 30. My name is Gaby. Today, for our workout, all we're gonna need is a mat, a bottle of water, and if you have any form of lightweight, it can be a water bottle, any canned good, even a notebook. But if you don't have it, no worries, we can do it without it. So let's get straight into our warm-up. We're gonna start off with some simple neck rolls, taking out any strain in our necks and any of the pressures we put on it throughout the day. Looking at our computers puts a lot of strain, and we need to reveal it, especially for today's workout. Go 180 degrees around and keep rotating slowly, and then you can change sides, change rotation. You want to make sure you're really stretching that neck and making sure you get it ready for our workout for today. And we can get into our next one, which is arm circles. Small arm circles forward. Making sure that our shoulders start getting a little bit of work in. And if you want, you can start doing a slight hop with it to get our heart rate starting to get a little bit higher too. And then we can rotate it the other way, backwards. If the hop is too much, you can even step it out from side to side or just stay still, focusing on our shoulders. Warming up here is really gonna help out for our planks at the end of our workout. And then we're gonna start transitioning into going back forward and going slowly, starting to get bigger. Really making sure that our shoulder gets that rotation. If you're doing bigger circles, if you're doing bigger circles, I want you to take out that jump and focus on the circles now. And then go backwards now. Making sure we really get a good rotation. You can do one shoulder at a time if you'd like. If it's more comfortable, that's totally up to you. Just make sure you're doing both sides. And in 3, 2, 1, we're going into a marching twist. Hands up, and then connecting elbow to knee, opposite sides. Starting to get that contraction in our core. Really focusing on our core here. This is our first core focus movement, and we want to make sure that our core is waking up because we're gonna work on it today. We're halfway there with this one. If your shoulders are a little sore, take it a quick break and then get right back into it. Make sure you're not pushing your neck down and just having our hands up as a guide. We have 20 more seconds here, and we're gonna go into what I like to call toy soldiers. Toy soldiers are just moving forward and touching your toes, really contracting here. We have 5 more seconds with this, and we're gonna transition. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go with our toy soldiers. Just really feeling that stretch in our hamstring and also contracting the core. We're really stretching out our hip flexors here as well. If this is too much of a stretch for you, bend your knee a little bit and make sure that you're still contracting your core. You can do it same hand to same leg or do opposite, whatever you feel more comfortable with. We have 30 more seconds here, and then we're gonna go into our inchworm. So keep at it. This is just the warm up, so I want you to make sure you're really focusing on warming up those muscles we're gonna need for our body of our workout. We have 10 more seconds here. Keep at it. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Move into the end of your mat, and we can start our inchworm. Bending at the hips and crawling down into our plank. Fully in our plank, then coming straight back up. Feeling that stretch right down the back of our legs while we hinge at our hips. Coming down, holding the plank for just a second, then coming straight back up. This is warming up our shoulders as well as our core. Getting ready for all the planks that we might be doing later on. We are halfway done, and then we can get a quick drink of water before we start the body of our workout. So keep at it. Really feeling that in our hamstrings as well as our shoulders, and contracting and bracing in that core while we're in our plank. And in 3, 2, 1, relax, get a quick drink of water while I explain the first set. So our first set is going to be our cardio set. So our first move is going to be standing up here, and we're just going to be contracting from side to side here, making sure we're getting our obliques contracted on each side. Afterwards, we're going into some classic high knees, making sure we're bringing our knees as high as we can to really get that contraction in the core. And lastly, we're going to go to the ends of our mats, and we're going to do our mountain climbers, bringing our knees up into our chest, just like that. We're going to be doing it for 35 seconds on with a 15-second rest, repeating it 3 times. So let's get started. We're going to start with our standing side crunch. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I want you to make sure you're really feeling that contraction right on each side. If you want, put your hand there, right on your core, to see if you can feel it. Really think about that contraction. And if you want to add an extra added difficulty, you can grab your water bottles or whatever you're using and do the same thing. Whatever feels the right for you. We're almost done. I'm going to put these down, and I'm going to continue without weight for this one. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Let's get ready for our high knees. Same thing with this one. You can grab the weight and move it from side to side so you get that extra contraction. I'm going to do it for this one, but with just one. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. You can go from side to side with the weight, adding that little extra difficulty. Of course, if the jumping is too much, step it out. Grab the weight and really focus on our core while we're marching the high knees. But if not, get that heart rate up and start jumping. We have 15 more seconds. Keep at it. You can also do this with the 2 weights if you want. Whatever feels most comfortable for you. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Next is our mountain climbers. I'm gonna put our weights down for this one and get to the end of our mats. Starting getting ready in our plank position for our mountain climbers. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. With our mountain climbers, we can either be going straight up into our chest or going diagonal to the opposite elbow. Whatever feels more comfortable for you, but I want you to stick to that, whichever one you're doing. I don't want you switching in the middle. Make sure you pick which one you're gonna do and stick to it. Also, the jumping's too much here, step it out, do one at a time. It's really up to you. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Take a quick breath, because we're standing right back up for our side crunches. This time, I think I'm gonna use the weights. I'm gonna try to challenge myself and use the weights for this. Let's start. In 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna hold my hands up and bring it down when I'm really contracting my obliques, making sure that I feel it, especially in my core and a little bit in my shoulders for holding the weights up. If you don't wanna do it with the weights, but you still wanna feel it in your shoulders, just keep your hands directly up. I'm sure you'll still feel it. We have 10 more seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Next is our high knees. We're gonna make sure that we're keeping our knees as high as we can to get that contraction in our core. I'm gonna hold both weights this time to challenge myself. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. If any time you do something like this, like holding 2 weights instead of 1, or jumping instead of marching, and you get a little bit tired in the middle, take it a step down, take a rest, and get back into it. We're almost there. We're more than halfway. Keep going. Try to get that heart rate up. We have 10 more seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Put the weights down if you use them, and go to the end of your mat for your mountain climbers. We're gonna be starting up in about 3 seconds. And in 2, 1, let's go. With your mountain climbers, I want you to make sure you're focusing on having good plank form, making sure that your glutes aren't all the way down to the floor or up in the sky. Your whole back is straight, and you're bringing your knees up into your chest, making sure you feel the contraction in your core, and also getting that heart rate up, especially if you're jumping. We have 5 more seconds, and in 3, 2, 1, relax. Woo! We have to do this one more time, so let's put it all in it. I'm gonna grab my weights, and I'm gonna do my side crunches with them. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Really bringing my elbow to my knee, if I have the flexibility to do so, to feel that extra contraction in our obliques. We have 20 more seconds. Keep at it. Make sure you're breathing. I don't want you holding your breath during this entire time. If you want to get that heart rate up, breathe. We have 5 more seconds. Last time we're doing this. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. I'm gonna keep my weights actually to do my high knees to challenge myself. I'm gonna try to get more reps in this time than I did last time. So let's see how it goes. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I wanna try to move my legs faster to get my heart rate up higher and to work my core more. Make sure that if you can, get your knees above your hips to really get that contraction in your core. We're halfway there, keep going. If you want to focus on your core and not your heart rate, step it up and really make sure that your knees are going higher than your hips to contract your core every single time. And relax. Put those weights down if you use them. Let's get ready for those mountain climbers. Last time we're doing these, so I want to make sure that you're putting in everything you have. Let's get started. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. I want to make sure that your shoulders, elbows, wrists are all in line. It's nothing too far away or under you. Make sure your plank has good form. If this bothers your wrist for any reason, you can go down to your elbows and do the same thing. I'm gonna go up to my wrist, though. I prefer it that way. And we have 5 more seconds here. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. That's the finish with our first set. Grab a drink of water, take a breather. Well, I explain the next set. Our next set, we're gonna be on the floor mainly. Actually, the whole time. So, we're gonna be using our weights if you have it, and if you wanna use them. If not, totally fine. We can do without them. Our first one is what I call a weighted sit-up. So you grab your weights, you have them facing the sky the entire time, and lifting up. Keeping the weights always above you. After that, we're doing what I like to call basketball players. We're only gonna use one for this one. Working in our C-sit position and kind of weaving the ball in between our legs, just like basketball players do. After that, you can grab both or just use one, and we're gonna be doing Russian twist, twisting from either side. This one's the same thing, 35 seconds on with a 15-second rest, repeated 3 times. So let's get started. And we're starting in about 10 seconds. So get ready if you're with your weight if you have it. You can use your water bottle even. Just bringing it up and doing the same thing, whichever one you prefer. So let's get started. I'm gonna use both my weights to add a little bit extra difficulty and really make sure I'm sitting up and making sure I'm doing it with my core and not with momentum. Using my core to sit myself up each time. We have 13 more seconds. I want you to make sure that you're keeping the weights above you the entire time. If you need a rest, you can bring it down, take a breather, and then get straight back into it. And relax. Let's get ready for our basketball players. And we're gonna be starting in about 5 seconds. So if you wanna use your water bottle, you can do it too. I'll use it for this time to show you. And in 3, 2, 1. Just weaving whatever you're using as a weight in and out of your legs. I find using a weight a little bit more entertaining. I think it's more fun. So if you don't want to, that's fine, but that's what I think. We have 15 more seconds here. Really bicycling our legs and weaving that weight or object in and out. We have 6 more seconds. Keep at it. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Next is our Russian twist. We can do the same thing with the water bottle, or your weights, whatever you prefer. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Be twisting your weight from side to side. You can use your weight or try to get that elbow far back as you can, whatever is more comfortable. If you want to rest, you can put your feet down for a second and keep at it, or have your feet up. Up is more difficult. It's whatever you find you can do. I want you to try to challenge yourself, but if you need a rest, take your rest, take a breather, and then get back into it. And we have 3 more seconds. And 2, 1, relax. That was our first set around. So we're gonna go straight back into our weighted sit-ups. So grab your weight if you're using it, and let's get ready. And in 3, 2, 1. Really making sure we're doing these slowly so we make sure that our core is getting the work and we're not just using momentum to get our body to sit up. We want to make sure that it's all coming from your core. We're halfway. Keep at it. Making sure that these reps have good form. Making sure that we're really making sure that our core is getting every contraction while we sit up. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Next is our basketball players. You can do it with the weight, without the weight, whatever is most comfortable for you. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Want to make sure that whenever we're in the seated position, if it hurts our back, stand up, take a quick stretch, and get straight back into it when you're ready. We have 20 more seconds here. Keep at it. Make sure we're bicycling our legs and weaving that ball in and out. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Whoa, that one got me a little bit tired there. Now we're getting into our Russian twist. So let's get ready. You can use your weight or try to just get that elbow as far back as you can. So let's get started. In 3, 2, 1. Want to make sure you're really focusing on each side, using your obliques to get to the twist motion in each side. If you want, you can make sure you're going up and then back to each side. It adds a little extra element to give you a little bit more rest. And we have 5 more seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. We have to do this set one more time. This is our biggest set, and then after that is our planks. So try to give it all you have in this last time we're doing this with our weighted sit-ups. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Really try to make sure that that ball or that weight, or just our hands if we're not using a weight, is standing above our heads the entire time. Always reaching towards the sky. That way, you really focus on using your core and not momentum. Really contracting each muscle in your core to get yourself up. We have 5 more seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Next is our basketball players. Last time we're doing this, I want you to try to weave that ball in and out as fast as you can. We're starting in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Really getting that ball in and out and bicycling those legs. Working that lower part of your core the entire time you're doing this. Keep at it. We're almost halfway there. Make sure you're breathing. I don't want you holding your breath while you're doing this. Breathe in and out. We have 10 more seconds. Keep at it. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Last move, the Russian twist. I want you to put all you have in this last move, and then we get a break. Let's get ready. We're getting started in 3, 2, 1. Again, with your feet up in the air or down, whatever's most comfortable for you. If you are using your elbows, I don't want you ever taking a rest here on your elbows. If you want to rest, sit up, take your breather, and then come back into it. Your elbows should just be tapping down if you're using them. We have 10 more seconds. This is the last time we're doing it. Really make sure you're getting a good twist in your core each time. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Take your drink of water and then we can get ready for our next and final set. Okay, so our last set is a plank set. I think we're only going to be doing it 2 times, so it's a little bit shorter. Our first plank is just going to be a normal plank, front, here. And if you want to use your weight, you can just be moving your weight from side to side. Next, we're going to go into a side plank, and we're going to be doing a twist with it. So get up on your side plank, up, and then twist down, either on your elbow or on your hand, and twist, and then back up. And then we're going to do the other side, and that's about it. So let's get started. We're starting in 10 seconds with our regular plank. If it's more comfortable for you to be on your elbows, don't worry, just be on your elbows and hold it there. Let's get started. I'm gonna be on my hands while moving the medicine ball or any weight you have from side to side. If your weight doesn't roll, you can just pick it up and move it. While you're doing this, I want you to make sure that your core is activated the entire time and you're not moving from side to side each time. Stay as still as you can. It helps to widen your stance a little bit, and that way your core can stay stable. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Good job. We have to do it the side planks now with the twist. We're gonna get started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Get up. Whoop. If your balance is a little wobbly, you can stagger your feet apart so you have better balance. Up and then twist. Just like that. You want to make sure that you're lifting your hips as far up as you can. and really getting that twist in. We have 10 more seconds here, and then we have to do it on the other side. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. Go to the other side of your mat and get ready for that second side. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Really making sure you're trying to put the same effort you put into that first side in the second side so you stay even. Keeping your hips as far up as you can and really working to get that weight or just your hand into this twist as much as you can. We have 10 more seconds. Keep at it. And in 3, 2, 1, relax. I think we're just gonna do our regular plank, and we're gonna hold it instead of 35 seconds for 45 seconds, and then we're done. We're running a little short on time. So get ready for that final plank, and then we're finished. So give it all you have. 45 seconds here in a plank. If you want, you can move the weight around. You can tap your shoulders if you don't have a weight and you still want to do that movement, or not. You can just hold it. Whatever is your preference. Just want to make sure that you're activating your core during this plank. Making sure that our glutes aren't up in the air or down on the floor. It's straight and stable the entire time. We have 15 more seconds for the 45-second plank hold. Keep at it. You guys are doing great. Keep holding it. If it's too much, go on your knees. I want you to try to make it for as long as you can here. We have 3 more seconds. And in 3, 2, 1. Good job. Nice plank. Take a quick drink of water if you need it. We're going to go into our cool down. I want you to, from that plank position, lift up and go into your downward dog, really pushing your chest into the floor here. Make sure you're breathing in and out. Walking the dog here if you need a little extra stretch in your calves. And then bringing one leg up into our hip flexor stretch. You can stay here on the floor if you're flexible enough for it, or you can come up and really focus on pushing that hip down into the floor. Then dropping your knee down and shifting your weight to do that hamstring stretch. Really focusing on the back of our legs here. Leading with your chest down and nod your head. Lifting it back up into our hip flexor stretch. Bringing it back into our downward dog. Pushing our back onto the floor here. And doing the same thing on the other side. Bringing that leg up. Pushing that hip into the floor. Breathing in and out. Dropping that knee. Shifting your weight and going into that hamstring stretch. Leading with our chest. If you want to get deeper into the stretch, make sure you breathe in and then down and then go deeper. Lifting it back up into our hip flexor stretch. Going into our downward dog. Pushing our chest into the floor one last time. And moving it into a cobra. Really stretching out that core. Making sure that your shoulders are not down in your ears and you're really pushing your body upward. Elongating that core and stretching it out. And then coming back into a child's pose. Really stretching out our back and our shoulders. You can bring your hips farther apart if you want to deepen the stretch, or you can keep them closer together. Really pushing our hands into the floor and our chest to get that good back and shoulder stretch. Lifting it up, going on our feet, slowly coming back up, going into our sumo squat, and breathing in and out. And one last time. Good job, everyone. That was an awesome job. It was a really hard workout, and you guys did great. So keep at it, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.